What's going on, good people? Welcome to Camille Street, episode number 44. Now, I already let y'all know we're going to do a come through dripping part 2, okay, with testimonies. All right, me, am opening up a lot more and becoming a more vulnerable podcast host for you guys. And I pray that you all are receiving a message through all of the words and the things that I have went through. And that way you can look at your life and you can reflect on what you've been through to make you strong, because trauma builds. Okay, and I need you to realize that so many times we go through trauma and it breaks us down. It can break us down to the point to where we want to just wallow and stay in our rooms and stay in our homes and just go to work and come home and don't want to deal with other people. Because I know I've been there. All right. And we all have that time in our life where sometimes we just break down. But we've got to look back on those times too, because we got to see where we are today. And if you are going through that breakdown phase right now, take a look at what you have been through and to see how far you've come. Because that is the most important thing. And that's what I've learned from my journey, is that a lot of the traumas that I've been through have actually helped build me, have helped me be the woman that I am today, okay? That I'm sitting in front of y'all talking and just sharing all my business. But it's okay, because at the end of the day, what you share may be able to help someone else, okay? And that's the reality of it is, y'all, we're all connected, all right? And so once we realize that we are all connected and we are all here to live a unique life with one another and to enjoy the life that we live, then we will realize we have no enemies. We should never be divisive. We should always be looking to help one another as opposed to hurt one another. Okay, so like I said, we are going to pick back up where I left off. All right, and I left off letting y'all know about the tumor. Okay, and before the tumor, I talked about my eyesight. But the blessing is that the tumor was benign. It was big. And I know some of you, if you did watch it, may have heard me talk about how the doctor did not do a biopsy. The reason why he didn't do a biopsy is because the mass was ribbed. So it looked like a big bean, y'all. It looked like a bean. So if you know the shape of a bean, okay, it looked like a bean, and it had that dip, but it was ribbed, so it like literally had rings in it. And that's why he didn't do a biopsy, because he wasn't for sure exactly what type of mass it was. So if you did watch that and was like, ooh, what, why, and or maybe the doctor back then knew something that a lot of these doctors are learning today, who knows? But I did not have to get a biopsy prior to. They did the biopsy after removing the mass on me. It was large, and y'all, I couldn't walk for 3 months. I was homeschooled and I lived with my brother, okay, so because he was the one who pretty much took care of me a lot of the times when I was going through that, because I couldn't go to school. So I was doing homeschool, and because I couldn't walk, I was crawling pretty much everywhere on crutches. So, and then where we lived, we had steps, and so I mostly stayed at my brother's house. Okay, and staying over there, I met some young men, and I was contemplating if I wanted to share this part in the episode, and so I'm sharing it. Yes, something happened and I got pregnant, okay, and I was only 16, but I was trying to keep it a secret, and I ended up getting caught, getting found out. And so, make a long story short, my mother was like, yeah, no, you ain't having no babies. So I didn't fight it. I just went along with it, and I got an abortion at the age of 16, and that was pretty much after the tumor. It was like crazy timing. It was like, it just was really shocking about the timing of how everything happened. Like literally, the eyesight happened before I was 16, but it's just like how it's like boom, boom, boom. Y'all know how they say things happen in threes. But then after that, I came to college and I moved to Atlanta. Ooh, we gotta cheer it up for that. I went to Clark Atlanta University, and I enjoyed my time at Clark Atlanta. It was really a great experience for me, and I enjoyed every single moment of college. And while in college, something happened and I got sick. It was the year and a half. I was in college for a year and a half. And I didn't know. I was partying. I was going to some of my classes. Okay, we just gonna be honest. I was going to some of my classes, and then I didn't go. You know how that go. I was trying to work. I'm unsure. If you got a chance to go to college, it is a different type of life. I'll say that. So it is a blessing that I was able to go to college and have that experience, and that's what brought me down to GA. That's where I am currently. That's where the money resides. Yes, that's where the money resides. Anyway, but yes, I am currently in Georgia, and I love it here. I've been here for almost 30 years. I graduated in 1996, so yeah, I graduated in 1996, and I'm thankful. Like I said before, when I opened up, I'm thankful for the traumas that I've been through, because I realized that, if I did have my child, then I may not be here in Atlanta. I may not have been able to meet all the lovely people that I got to meet. I might not have went through this other life or death experience I'm about to share with y'all now, but y'all, my appendix ruptured. Yeah, my appendix ruptured, and I had no clue. It ruptured, and when it ruptured, my body saved me. Literally, my body created 2 cysts on my ovaries that sucked all of, and we as women, we get their cysts every time we ovulate. Every month, it's our egg sacs, but they call them cysts, but they're literally sacs full of eggs. Well, what my cysts did for me, when my appendix ruptured, all of that poison that literally kills people instantly, because once it gets into your bloodstream, it causes sepsis and everything in your body breaks down, and pretty much you don't survive when your appendix ruptures. It's rare. It's very rare. Some people do, though, if they catch it in time and can get to the hospital in time and have insurance. But thank God I did have insurance through my mama, and thank God I was going to college, because if I wasn't going to college, I wouldn't have any insurance, because I was already over 18. I was 19 at the time this happened. And y'all, it was just so surreal. I woke up one morning and I couldn't walk. I literally could not walk. I crawled to the bathroom, and then, because I thought I just had to use the bathroom. We think we strong and tough. We going through the pain. And so I thought I just had to use the bathroom. And after I used the bathroom, though, I did feel much better. I did. I'm going to be all the way honest. After I used the bathroom, I felt much better. I could walk, but not really. Like, I was still hunched over, but I could at least be on my feet. And so I had called a doctor. My mama, she left me with a book. Once I graduated and came to college, she gave me a book full of doctors that they had on her network, which I was on in Georgia. And I called the first doctor's name, Dr. Bordeaux. And y'all, this is April. And I called Dr. Bordeaux about his office. The nurse answered. And I was like, hi, my name is Camille Hale. I'm in college, but I know my insurance plan this is one of the doctors that is in my network, and I need to make an appointment. Now, he's a gynecologist because, I just knew it was something down there because of my stomach. Gotta be. So, anywho, she was like, well, Dr. Bordeaux doesn't have any openings until June 29th. Now, mind y'all, this is April. I believe it was April 19th because everything happened so fast. It's April 19th. And so I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to wait that long. I was like, I have to call somebody else. Like literally just like that. I was like, I'm in too much pain. She said, oh, no. Hold on. Angel in disguise she was. So was Dr. Bordeaux. She says, hold on. So I say, okay. And then she gets back over. And mind you, it's about 9 o'clock in the morning, almost like 8:30, almost 9. She comes back and she was like, Miss Hale? And I said, yeah. She said, can you get here today at the Northside office at 2 p.m.? I was like, yeah, I can get there. And so she's like, okay, Dr. Bordeaux will be here today to see you at 2 p.m. I was like, thank you so much. She's like, you are so welcome. We will see you at 2. So, okay. I called my boyfriend at the time. I'm like, listen, I'm in pain. I need to go to the doctor. They fit me in for 2 o'clock. He's like, okay, bet, I'll take you. So he comes, he picks me up, takes me. And y'all, there are 2 huge cysts. Now, he tells me the size. One is 12 centimeters and one is 13. Listen, he says the size of a golf ball. And so that's definitely what was causing the pain. So he's like, we need to do immediate surgery. Where's your family? And I'm like, West Virginia, because I'm in college. So he's like, oh, we need to call your mother right now. So we called my mom and we let her know. So my mom and my sisters came down, but they didn't get to make it to the next day because literally he immediately admitted me to the hospital. Like, and I'm telling you, like, all of this happened so fast. Like, I was in the hospital by 4:30, 5 o'clock. Like, I was in my room. It was like boom, 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 boom. All the tests, like, angels. So the surgery was scheduled for 9 a.m. And I'm doing dumb stuff in the hospital, not even knowing the severity of what's going on. Because mind you, Dr. Bordeaux didn't tell me all of what was going on. I didn't know about my appendix rupturing. I didn't know about the cyst being full of the poison. I didn't know any of that until after surgery. And I'll tell you why he didn't tell me. So let me get back to the story. So make a long story short, they came in. I was supposed to have surgery scheduled for 9 a.m. My auntie was going to be there. Everything. So then they came in banging on my door at 3 o'clock. Miss Hill, Dr. Bordeaux bumped your surgery up to 6 a.m. We got to give you the enema now. Mind you, I really ain't getting no food because they put me on like this geriatric diet. So I didn't really get to eat nothing. So it really wasn't much in there when they gave me the enema. But I did the enema. And then it's like, do you have family close by? So I called my auntie Debbie. She came. She flowed. She was on Glenwood. And she's technically not my aunt. She's my cousin, but she's my mommy's age, so I call her my auntie. So my auntie Debbie came, so she was there with me, so she was able to be with me while they wheeled me back because they had to put me to sleep, y'all. But they did this laparoscopic surgery. So make a long story short, I went in, I got knocked out. Like, I don't remember a thing. I just remember the doctor saying count to 10 backwards. So I was like 10, 9, gone. And then I woke up and I was just in a lot of pain. And then literally that is when the doctor came in and told me what was wrong with me. That my appendix was ruptured. It was actually had been ruptured, he said, probably for months because it was the size of a raisin. And he told me that I was walking dead, that he did not want to tell me what was wrong because he felt like if I knew what was really going on inside my body that I may have mentally killed myself. He told me about the placebo effect. And I know a lot of y'all know about the placebo effect. And if you don't know about the placebo effect, it is where you are given fake medicine, but you have an illness and you get fake medicine, but you believe you're getting real medicine and your mind actually heals your body. So that's the placebo effect. Your mind is very powerful, you guys. It is very, very, very powerful. So like my quote, your mind masters your thoughts. Think wisely because man, your mind can definitely make or break you because all that time when I was going through that pain, I was just, I'm okay. In my mind, I was like, oh, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. And then it hit the fan, and I wasn't. And I say that to say, ladies, especially black women, we have got to stop being superheroes. Okay? We have got to stop being superheroes. You know, that was one. That's not the end. That was one. Y'all, I had, whew, three more. Three more. So maybe we're gonna do a part 3 next Monday. Next Monday, I was gonna talk about something even more serious, but yeah, we're gonna do a part 3. Come through dripping. I'm gonna come through dripping. I'm gonna come through cute. I might wear something that I made. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna do a part 3. I know this is well over 10 minutes, y'all, but it's worth it. You're worth it. I'm gonna read a quote. Actually, I'm going to do a poem from my father's book, a book of spiritual poems to soothe the soul. And I went through some of them, and I said I'm going to start doing those too, because I have that book as well. Somebody calling. Okay, but I have that book as well, so I'm going to start reading some spoken word for you guys. So hope that didn't interrupt the video too bad. But this poem is the spirit of this soul. Now is the time for me to make a stand. I'm sending a message of my thoughts of the Master's plan. I am talking about my God and all his power, about his Son sent from his heavenly tower. We walk around thinking we are bad, not thinking about the devil. We have been had. We all fornicate and fight, not considering anything that is right. We think sex, money, and murder are cool, preparing ourselves for the prison yard school. Let us give ourselves a chance to overcome these worldly blues. With the love from God, we will all be redeemed. Just trust in him and he will surely set you free. Trusting in the Spirit will guide you through the fight, for one can only be truly at their best when shining the spirit of their soul very bright. You guys get inspired. Thank you so much for coming to Camille Street episode number 44. Follow me, please. Follow me on Instagram. It is flywithme32, exactly how it says, flywithme32. And then make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right, Camille in the Lion's Den. And then also, you can follow me on TikTok if you like. It's CLH Publishing or Camille H. Fly. You can search either one of those and you will find my beautiful face and my beautiful smile. You guys, thank you so much for your support. Please, please, please know you are loved as long as you love yourself. Okay, I'm going to leave y'all with one of my favorite quotes from my book. Yes, guys, go check out the website, clhpublishing.com. I almost forgot to plug it. We're doing a Cyber Monday sale for the rest of the night till tomorrow morning. You will be able to get 50% off everything. Use code GROW because that is what I'm doing right now, growing. I am growing. I hope you are growing too. Get inspired, okay? You can also get this book, the book of spiritual poems for the soul, okay, to heal the soul, and that's where that poem came from. But you guys, thank you so much for your support. I am just so grateful. I'm over the moon. I know this is a long one, but please watch it. It's worth it. Share, comment, like, but most importantly, love yourself, because self-love is the best love. Make sure you love yourself first. Get inspired with Camille, y'all.